TYT Sports, Jason Rubin here with nobody. God, nobody likes baseball here. It's unfortunate, but I do. So we're going to talk about some American League Championship Series. We know some people in the comments section below on some of the other videos were asking about where's the baseball playoff stuff. Well, here you go. So the Royals and the Orioles face off tonight in Baltimore. 8:07 p.m. is the first pitch. If you were to tell me that the Royals and the Orioles, one of those two teams would be playing in the World Series at the beginning of this season, I would have laughed because there's not a chance in hell I would have picked either of them to make it. But regardless, if you're not rooting for the Royals at this point in this amazing postseason run and rooting for the underdog, there's something wrong with you. You got to be on the Orioles side unless you're from Baltimore. It's a team that hasn't been in the postseason since George Brett was in the MVP race, and I think MacGyver debuted on TV the year they won that World Series. To the pitching matchups, which again I do feel, regardless of what's happened so far, that pitching does win championships. It's an interesting statement for the reason that the Angels have no pitching. What am I talking about? The Detroit Tigers and the Los Angeles Dodgers, who have one of the best pitching arsenals in all of baseball, are out of the postseason. They're no longer involved. Kershaw, Greinke, David Price, Justin Verlander, Mad Max had nothing to do with their teams moving forward. But to the ALCS itself, Kansas City, Baltimore. Kansas City is going to win this series, and there's a few reasons as to why. One, if you're telling me Wei Yin Chen and Chris Tillman are going to lead the Orioles to a World Series berth, that's shocking. Big game James for Kansas City's in Game 1. Yordano Ventura, a second-year starting pitcher, is going to take Game 2, and the Royals should win both those games in arguably the best ballpark in the country, Camden Yards. So down to the offense, and more importantly, the defense of the Kansas City Royals. I wrote an article recently for numberfire.com. Defense wins championships, or maybe just an ALDS. And that was solely based on the Royals' defensive sabermetrics and all the crazy numbers that go with it. If you've been watching the Royals in the postseason, Lorenzo Cain and Alex Gordon and Aoki have been diving all over the place and rarely letting the ball fall into the outfield. When you have that good of an outfield defensively and you can rob hits and prevent runners from getting on base, it can and will lead to wins. I'm not saying the Royals are going to sweep this series. I don't think that's very doable, especially in the ALCS. Eric Hosmer can do no wrong right now, and he continues to smack the ball all over the frickin' place, in the ballpark, out of the ballpark, and it's proving very well for the Royals. I'm taking the Royals in 5 games. I think they take both from Baltimore, including tonight. I think Baltimore maybe steals one in Kansas City. Series could be over in 5. Royals, first Giants in the World Series. We'll get to the predictions later, but that's a tough one to do. Hope to God I'm right. Thank you for tuning in to TYT Sports for the ALCS previews. Don't forget to subscribe to TYT Sports. Follow us on Twitter at TYT Sports, and give us a like on Facebook at facebook.com/TYT Sports.